Okay, how's it going? This is Bill
And Mike.
and Hanger Rats from Fort Worth, Texas, and we're going to talk about the C-47 today because we're doing fun facts. Fun facts.
No flags.
You can't do well. You can't not fun with flags. Fun with facts. Fun with C-47s. So everybody, a lot of folks say, well, you know, the C-47 was the greatest plane in the world. Mostly, right? Mostly. So. And all the aircraft in D-Day were C-47s, right?
I don't know. It was before my time.
Exactly. So, where did it all start? It first started in, and we got to give the DC-2 a little credit. Okay, so the DC-2, same basic airplane as the DC-3, a little bit smaller wingspan. Outer wing panels are smaller. A couple of other different changes. Fuselage was narrow. It was only a one-in-one cabin, one on each side and an aisle for the airliners. And then C.R. Smith, that's our local hero, C.R. Smith, came along and said make it fatter, and hence the DC-3. And that started in 1935 or 36, something like that, is when those aircraft actually started, early. So we have the only aircraft out there, the C-47. Not so much. The first military variant, we'll give the DC-2 some credit, was the C-32, which was basically a DC-2. Then you had the C-33, military version, C-34 with some other changes, C-38, they put DC-3, get this, DC-3 outer wings on a DC-2, which made it longer. It was kind of Frankenplane. DC-2.5. Then they had C-39, so the C-32, 33, 34, 38, 39 were all precursors to the actual DC-3 C-47. We call it the fat cabin, 3 across with an aisle cabin, or the round cabin. If you look at a DC-2, it looks like a lunchbox, vertical sides, where the DC-3 has got a round cross section. So that's kind of cool. So then we go to the C-47. So the next one up after the C-39 is the C-47, right?
Well, you'd figure 40 would come after 39.
40. Well, actually, I don't know. The 40, I think, is actually lucky because it was all sequential numbers. I could be wrong. Somebody will point it out. Then you had the C-41. C-41 was a VIP. Basically, it was a VIP ship for people, so there was no cargo floor, no big door, none of that stuff. Then you had the C-42, same kind of thing. Then the C-47. C-47 got the big cargo door. It got heavy floor. You could put a Jeep in there, put some that kind of stuff. It had tow hitches for gliders. It had different radios. It had different configuration up on all that stuff. It had all the military stuff. So it was a full boat aircraft. C-47. What was the name of it? You're an Army guy. Come on now. Skytrain.
Before my time.
Skytrain. Okay, so the C-47, the Skytrain. Okay. Then you had the airliners. The airliners, all the different airlines had aircraft, and the military pulled them from service and took them over. So you had the C-48, 49, 50, 51, and 52. So those are all airliners. And then after the war, most of those went back to the airlines. I think they all went back to the airlines. A little tired, some dents, bruises, but they went back to the airlines.
A few patches.
Right. Then you had the C-53. What was the name of that one? Now, here you go. The other one was called what? Skytrain.
Skytrain.
Skytrain. Okay, keep that in your
head.
head.
I'm a helicopter guy, so you say C-53, I'm thinking CH-53.
Well,
a whole different animal.
Helicopters aren't right. So C-47 Skytrain. The C-53 was for paratroops. So as a result, you weren't putting Jeeps in there. It just had a jump door. It didn't have the big door. Fixed metal seats on the side. I think they used to call them bucket seats. No reinforced floor.
We don't need it for troops.
Exactly. So it had, and the civilian aircraft had plywood floors too. So that was probably a light floor. But the other one was a Skytrain. And this one was for paratroopers, which would make it the Sky.
Well, I don't know. The obvious would be Sky Plane. No,
Sky Trooper.
Oh, that's too obvious.
Yeah. Okay. So then you had those. So that was the only aircraft out there as far as military went, right? Not so much.
You've got the list.
I got the list. That's why. Thank goodness for Wikipedia.
See, brains, brawn.
Exactly. Then you had Navy Marines, Navy Marine aircraft. In fact, my uncle flew those in the Pacific. R-4D. R is for, I don't know what R is for. I should know that. 4 is the sequence. It's not reconnaissance. I don't know what R4. And then D is for Douglas. That was the Navy way of numbering stuff or lettering stuff. So it was R4D, and then they had different dash numbers, different configurations. So that was a Navy Marine. So that they had a bunch of those aircraft. They had hundreds of them. And all different variants. They used them up into the 70s or 80s, something like that. Then you had the RAF Canadian aircraft, English or British aircraft, Canadian aircraft, Australian, New Zealand, all the British Empire aircraft. Those were Dakotas. And on some of the stuff it says that came from the word or the acronym Dakota or Douglas Aircraft Company, DACO, Transport Aircraft, and it was a version of that. Urban legend, I don't know. So we'll see what that is. I don't know. Then you had the Russians. Russians had DC-3s. They built DC-3s. Why did they build DC-3s? Because in '36 they had a license to build DC-3s.
Well, back then they were our friends.
They were our friends, and then after the war started, they just probably didn't send the royalty payments in anymore.
Yeah.
And the Japanese also were building aircraft. They had license rights in '38. They built 487. The Russian aircraft were the Lisanov or Lysanov Li-2, and the Japanese aircraft were the Showa or Nakajima L-2, which was the Tabby, codenamed Tabby. They built 487. In fact, the last version, which never flew, but the last version they were planning on making it out of all wood.
A wooden DC-3.
Wooden DC-3.
That would be interesting to see.
And now this is the deal: none of the Japanese aircraft exist. They're all gone. Out of 500 aircraft, they're all gone. And out of the Russian aircraft, there's several of them out there. There's only one, according to the wiki. There's one in Hungary that's still flying airworthy, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
And it's just the big difference to the Russian and Japanese aircraft. The big difference was they metricized everything for their industries. So that's what that is. So fun fact: C-47, DC-3 fun facts from Texas. Sun's going down. Another beautiful day.
Finally starting to cool off.
And we're saving planes here and doing fun facts. Have a great one. Catch you later. Bye.